Hey guys, not sure if you can hear in the background the little bit of groaning. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to let this continue running or not. There's been a couple of groans that have been a little more verbal than what I would like to hear. But I'm going to give it maybe another 2 minutes and see if the grinding cycle finishes. It's been on the grinding cycle for about an hour now, I think. So we'll see what happens, and I will get back to you shortly. Alright, so it doesn't seem to be changing too much, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the thing off. I don't know the proper way to terminate the cycle while it's still running. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to press the power button and I'm going to unplug the machine and then I'm going to open it up and see what's inside. So first things first, we're going to press the power button. That seems pretty promising. I'm also going to unplug it just so that I don't accidentally start it again with my hand in there, although I'm sure there's a safety. Alright. Open that up. Oh yeah, okay. It smells good. It smells like oranges, which I guess kind of makes sense. Nice and dry. That's part of the lip for the coffee pod. I don't know if you can see that well. Yeah, it looks like it. Awesome. So, I'm pretty happy with that as it is. I guess I could have left it on the grinding cycle. I don't know if I can pick up where I left off. I'm sure there's a way, but manuals do come in handy sometimes. So anyways, I'm sure it's pretty much done its cycle anyways, other than the cool down. It is kind of warm. It's not scalding hot or anything, but the bucket is pretty damn warm. Obviously this paper towel could be broken up a bit more, but that's okay. Yeah, overall I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm going to dump this out into a bowl so then we can get a better look at it. Alright, so to remove the bucket, all we're going to do is we're going to take that and pull that up a bit. I am going to put a mitt on just in case it is kind of warm. So that's what the inside looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put the phone down briefly just so that I have an extra hand to pour this out. And then we'll see what's inside. Alright, so what we got here is a whole bunch of warm, dried out, fluffy stuff, which will be great for composting. So to clarify, these Foodcyclers, they don't just compost things. Really what this is it's a dehydrator and a chopper all in one, and this allows for more surface area for bacteria to infiltrate all the material that can be composted, and it makes the composting process a bit faster. And you can just use this in even trench composting, or you can just throw it right in your garden and just make sure you bury it so then rodents don't get in. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I got a little bucket in my apartment right now because it is still winter time in Canada. So I got a little Tupperware container here that's got some dirt and all that good stuff in there. So I'm going to mix it in with the dirt, and then it's ready for me in the springtime whenever I get ready to plant things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that organized, and then I'll mix it in for you guys and go from there. Alright, so I got my big, I guess some people call it tote. I call it a Tupperware container, whatever you want to call it. I've got it full of a mixture of topsoil, perlite, and I think there's also peat moss in there. I did run this Foodcycler once beforehand, and like I said, I think before, it came out kind of moist, and I threw that in here and kind of mixed it around, squished it in with the soil, and kind of hopes that that soil would kind of absorb the rest of the moisture from all that stuff. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put the lid back on, at least not tightly, because now I've got a whole bunch of white mold growing on the soil. So here you go. I think, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. It's just fine hair-like molds. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this stuff in, and that way it can be used in the springtime with my other stuff. So let's give that a good mix. Yes, it is quite moist in there. My hands are probably going to be very gross by the time I'm done this, but it's okay. Just rinse it off. There we go. Alright, so I'm not going to mix it up too well, but I'm going to mix it up pretty good. I also, in the middle of all of this, I chopped up the remaining pieces of the plastic ring for the compost pods, or the coffee pods, and I just kind of chopped it up into really tiny pieces. Maybe it'll decompose, I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye out for that stuff whenever I start planting things. I highly doubt it'll decompose, but you never know. So the only other thing that I really wanted to touch on before I sign off, I'm just going to put this on so then the cat doesn't get in there. The only thing I wanted to touch on was what I was talking about with the bracket and the agitator. So we got here, it's still quite warm, but this is what I was talking about. So I'm going to flip this way, so then you can see the bracket right underneath my pinky finger here had a whole bunch of stuff stuck underneath, and I had to disconnect those screws. There's bolts on the other side, and there's gaskets in between. So I had to take that all apart and clean it up, and it seemed to work pretty good. So I'm going to try it again